It's that time of year again when kids run around the streets and ask strangers for some candy. And then go crazy because sugar is a drug to these kids. Anyways, October, the month of candy, pumpkins, and of course, horror. Welcome to the channel, and if you want to watch some anime that'll give you a scare, then keep watching because today we'll be listing the top 10 horror anime. Before we begin, if you are new, make sure to subscribe, and if you like lists like this one, make sure to hit the like as it helps the channel a lot. These lists don't follow any order, and I'll try to avoid as many spoilers as I can, so without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 10, Happy Sugar Life. Sato Matsuzaki is a stunning high school girl who has a reputation for being very carefree and lax with men. However, when she encounters a young girl named Shio Kobe, Sato realizes that this is her first and only true feeling of love. Sato tells others that she's living with her aunt, but is actually secretly sharing an apartment with Shio and is willing to do anything to protect her beloved, even if it means resorting to some desperate measures to ensure that their happy sugar life remains intact. Now, just from that you might think, hey man, why did you put a cute moe anime in a horror list? And all I can say to that is for the people who haven't seen it, to watch it yourself and find out why I put it here. Number 9, Yami Shibai. The mysterious yellow-masked storyteller is a man whose true name and origin are both unknown. He appears at dusk, where children gather and recite sinister tales based on Japanese urban legends, to which his young audience eerily intakes. However, the storyteller is no ordinary teller of tales. He incorporates a kamishibai, a traditional paper-scrolling device, to add visuals to his already demented narrations. This anime is a bunch of short stories with 9 seasons and 109 episodes total, but it won't take too long to finish all of them since each story is only about 5 minutes long. If you want some creepy Japanese ghost stories, then this series is one you should check out. Number 8, Corpse Party. A group of schoolmates from Kisaragi Academy perform a friendship charm called Sachiko Ever After for classmate Mayu Suzumoto, who is about to transfer to another school. Upon completing the charm, they are engulfed by an earthquake and transported to the cursed Heavenly Host Elementary School. This school was destroyed years ago after a series of gruesome murders took place and rests under the foundation of their very own school. Now trapped in an alternate dimension with vengeful ghosts of the past, the students must work together to escape, or they might just join the spirits forever. This anime is adapted from a game with the same name, and it's a really short anime, only containing 4 episodes. And although it may not be the best executed plot-wise, if you're just looking for gore, then this is definitely your anime. Number 7, Shiki. 15-year-old Megumi Shimizu dreamed of a glamorous life in the big city, but her dream is cut short by her unexpected death in Satoba. Her death seemed to mark the beginning of what appeared to be a ferocious epidemic that turned the hot summer into a season of blood and terror. Toshino Ozaki begins to discover the truth behind the disease and must abandon his humanity. Meanwhile, Natsuno Yuki is haunted by the sudden death of Megumi, and the two form an unlikely pair as they work together to save Satoba before it transforms into a ghost town of vampires. This anime is your classic vampire anime, but compared to the other vampire animes such as Rosario Vampire, Vampire Knight, and Trinity Blood, Shiki has more of a horror spin to it, and focuses more on the mythology of vampires. Number 6, Mieruko-chan. We follow Miko, who, on the outside, seems like an ordinary high school girl. But from her point of view, it is a horrifying world, as she can see terrifying ghosts and spirit that seem to be everywhere. And although she is completely terrified, she continues on in her daily life trying to ignore the hideous monsters for not only her sake, but also the people around her, as if they find out that she can see them, who knows what those monsters will do to her. This anime is a blend of comedy and horror, as we watch Miko try to remain calm in the face of something so terrifying, all in the name of safety. If you want an anime with a more slice of life feeling, with some absolutely horrendous monsters that will send shivers up your spine, then this is an anime you should watch. Number 5, Mononoke.
表の通りに私とややこのムクロがあります。そちらの方がご面倒ではないですか。
We follow a nameless wanderer who people call the medicine seller. Although his name would suggest otherwise, he goes around and exorcises Mononoke, and while it may seem simple, it is a lot more complex. Because to rid of a Mononoke, he must learn of its form, its truth, and its reason to begin the exorcism. This anime is broken into 5 different stories that last about 2 to 3 episodes. Each story contains a different Mononoke, many of which are rooted in real Japanese folklore. All the stories are unique and don't feel like a retelling of the same story as before. This anime is a quick 12 episodes, so if you want a quick but satisfying binge, then this is one you should watch.
ああ、さっきのお題。
いや、明日で構いませんぜ。
Number 4, Higurashi.
みんな。うお、いいねいいね。今年も決まっていましたよ。かわいい。面白い。
Keiichi Maebara has just moved into a quiet little village of Hinamizawa in the summer of 1983. Due to the nature of being a small village, he quickly becomes friends with Rena, Mion, Satoko, and Rika. Every year, the village holds a festival to honor the local god. Keiichi soon learns that around this time of year, there have been many disappearances that everyone seems reluctant to talk about, even his close friends. This anime is a great suspenseful horror anime that is not afraid to show some sketchy stuff here and there. The pacing is great, and even if you think you know what will happen, you can never be sure. If you want a downright creepy horror anime, then this is one you should watch.
俺に嘘や隠し事なんかしてないよな。してるよな、俺に隠し事を。
じゃあさ、圭一くん。圭一くんこそ、レナに嘘や隠し事してないかな。
Number 3, Elfen Lied. Lucy is not your normal human, but a Declonius born with telekinetic hands and small horns sticking out of her head. The government soon captures her and starts performing extremely inhumane experiments on her. That is, until she breaks out, massacring everyone that is in her way. However, due to a head injury, she gained a split personality and stumbles across college student Kota and his cousin Yuka. They take her into their care unknowing of the dangers she possesses. This anime is crazy. Elfen Lied is an anime that sticks out because it contains so much cruelty, gore, and nudity, but the end result is a masterpiece that wouldn't have been good without the first episode. Although, be warned, this anime is rated R for a reason, so watch at your own discretion. Number 2, Another.
だから生徒にも先生にも好かれててさ。
いるよね。学年に一人はそういう人。
ところが3年に上がってすぐその美咲が死んじゃったのさ。
In 1972, a popular honor student named Misaki died partway through the school year in Yomiami North Middle School Class 3-3. 26 years later, Koichi Sakakibara transfers in the same class and finds the atmosphere a little odd. One person that especially catches his eye is a girl the rest of the class refuses to acknowledge, a girl named Misaki. This anime is a great anime to watch at midnight if you want to have a good time. The mystery blends well with the horror they present and will definitely give you goosebumps.
これからもよろしくね、光一くん。
こちらこそよろしく。
And number 1, the Junji Ito Collection.
冗談だって。この絵のどこが冗談なんだ。
だって私の美しさの 10% も描き出してないじゃないの。
Sit back in terror as traumatizing tales of unparalleled terror unfold. Tales such as that of a cursed jade carving that opens holes all over its victims' bodies, deep nightmares that span decades, an attractive spirit at a misty crossroad that grants cursed advice, and a slug that grows inside a girl's mouth. The Junji Ito Collection is a conglomeration of a bunch of horror stories with terrifying art that will send shivers down your spine. If you want a pure horror anime with terrifying imagery, then this is the series you need to watch. And if you think the anime is bad, then read the manga, as that is actually nightmare fuel.
さあ黒田くん、おねんねの時間だよ。春になったら出ておいで。
And that's the video. I hope that helped you find some new anime, and if you liked the list, then make sure to leave a like, and if you loved it, then make sure to subscribe to keep up with my uploads. If you made it this far into the video, then thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.